You talked of kids being born with physical infirmities or problems or such things. And you present the situation as if it is such a big misfortune to be born with one eye, or a brain disorder, or some genetic defect or something. Hidden in your sympathy for the kids who are born genetically deficient is an arrogance about your own condition. You feel that you are normal. You don't have a hole in the heart. You are not born with half a brain. All your bodily equipment is more or less all right. So you feel you are greatly privileged. And in comparison, you feel that if somebody is born with some problem in the heart or in the intestine or somewhere in the brain, in the legs, then he is greatly unfortunate or disadvantaged. In calling him disadvantaged, do you see that first of all you are calling yourself advantaged? It is only by comparison that you are evoking sympathy for those kids. Do you see that? Otherwise, what is your yardstick? Otherwise, how do you feel sympathetic for them? You are feeling sympathetic towards them only by comparison. And in comparing yourself with them, first of all, you are calling yourself superior to them. You are saying, I am superior, they are inferior. Oh, so bad for them, poor little things. Right? That's the attitude. Now let's first of all question your superiority. Then we'll address their inferiority. How superior are you? All right, somebody, a kid, might be born with one hand instead of two. One of the arms is missing. You have both the arms. What have you achieved? The entire mankind has two arms. What do people end up achieving? You are acting as if you are greatly blessed. And all the elixir of the heavens is raining upon you. Oh, the poor baby was born with a low IQ. Yes, you have 120 IQ. What great intelligence have you displayed in your life? You know, Mr. Sharma in the neighborhood, he just got a baby. And doctors are saying that he will never be like normal kids. What is so special about normal kids in the first place? What is so special? But then you gloat over your great fortune. And in gloating over your great fortune, you parallelly express sympathy with those who do not have matching fortunes. You know Mrs. Tandon's Dolly, she cannot give birth. Poor girl. She is a poor girl. Dolly cannot give birth, so she is a poor girl. your lolly. She has given birth 10 times. Look at her first of all. But you will not look at Lolly. With Dolly, you have lot of sympathy. Poor Dolly. Something wrong with her uterus or something. She cannot give birth. Poor Dolly. I'm again asking you, tell me, how do you know that somebody with an IQ of 60 or 70 is actually leading a life inferior to that of a scientist with IQ 135? Is it a matter of numbers? Is life a thing of numbers? Then how do you know? How do you know? It is this same attitude that makes you think that all animals are at your disposal. It is the same attitude that makes you think that you are superior to every other life form on this planet, and therefore you can use them, eat them, destroy them, do whatever you want to, right? Because I am privileged. I have 2 eyes, I have a great brain, I have an able body. My entire system is better than that of somebody else. So I can rule and lord over him. In a similar vein, you are talking of acid attack victims. All right. What has been taken away from the acid attack victim? Nothing. Your own appreciation, that's all. You do not appreciate him or her anymore, right? Because your appreciation was all body-centric. Because your concept of beauty was tissue paper beauty. Now somebody threw acid upon the girl's face, and the normal configuration of the face is distorted. So you start saying, oh, such misfortune has fallen upon her. You first of all look at your great fortune. Nobody threw acid upon your face. But still look at your face. The mirror cringes. You know, the Mirror Association of the world has filed a suit. It says, just as there are human rights, there must be mirror rights also. Why do we have to continuously reflect back such ugly faces? And ugly not because somebody has thrown acid upon them. Ugly because your insecurities, your ignorance, your fears, your deceit, all show up in your eyes, in your face. But we don't bother about the quality of our face. We go around expressing solidarity with acid attack victims. I'm asking you, why do you unnecessarily make them feel inferior? What has been taken away from them? Tell me. If you were really a little awakened, you would tell the girl, darling, nothing at all has happened. Why do you tell her, oh, something great has happened and now you must be a strong woman to face this great misfortune that life has given you? What misfortune? The face has gone. The face would have anyway gone away. At 65, would her face have remained the same as it were at 25? The face was anyway to go away. Some madman came and threw acid. Why do you make it a liability upon her? Tell her nothing has happened. But we give a lot of importance to faces. There is no end to our body centricity and lustfulness. For us, a woman is her face. A face and body and all the bodily contours. So when the face gets a little distorted or bad, in popular parlance, then the girl falls in our perception. If body were so very important, then, this hand of mine, this arm is not fully functional. Something's gone wrong with it. It can't operate the entire range of movement. So you must come and tell me, oh Acharya ji, you are no more the full man you once used to be. Some part of your range has disappeared. Tomorrow if somebody throws acid on my face, as is quite likely, will you stop listening to me? I know many of you would actually do that. Why do you present this as such a ghastly thing to happen to a woman? Her mind is being destroyed by so many forces daily. You never talk about it. You never take out a candlelight vigil on India Gate when a little girl is being badly conditioned by media, by society, by the school, by all the websites, by all the influences upon her. Have you ever seen a candlelight vigil against all the corrupting forces on the little girl's mind? Does that happen? But when her face gets disturbed a little, then you act as if the heavens have fallen. It does not show your concern for the girl. It shows your concern for the face and the face alone. It shows that behind all the pretense of solidarity and sympathy, all you care for is just the face. You want girls to keep looking dainty and squeaky clean and pretty. Let their prettiness not be taken away. Even if their soul is sapped away, even if their minds are dirtied, all that is okay. Nobody bothers. Right? So a woman with absolutely corrupted and polluted brain might be sitting here, but with a face that is nicely plastered, and you'd say, oh, all is fine with her. She's all right. Is she all right? %90 of her so-called beauty can be wiped away by tissue paper. Just take some tissue and rub it. 90% of the beauty would be gone. But you feel, no, this one is all right. I've seen cases, kid is born, huh? And there is some genetic issue, some matter right at the time of birth, and the kid is all right, jovial. In fact, more carefree than the so-called normal kids. But the parents are depressed. I feel like asking, are you depressed for the sake of the kid? Or are you depressed for your own sake? What is it that makes you feel so sick? The welfare of the kid? Or the thought of the presumed difficulties in raising the kid? And the presumed loss of face when you have to present the kid to the world. Oh, how will this kid compete with all the other kids? The kid is carrying my brand, my surname. Will he not be letting the family down? Do you really love the kid? And look at the kid. For him, nothing has gone wrong. He may have one eye less or half the brain less or whatever. Hole in the heart or no legs at all. Some speaking disorder, some problem with hearing. All these things happen. But the kid is still nice and jolly. And the father is thinking, a lot of it passes off in the name of love. I want you to wonder whether it is really love. This little rabbit, do you see? He's not as pretty as the other rabbits. Probably he would never be. He's not your usual fluffy rabbit with the cute bunny face. There's some drooling problem. Something in his mouth that makes his saliva run on the face. So it doesn't look as cute as little bunnies usually do. Now, is that a problem for him or for you? He does not seem to be having any problem. But you have a lot of problem because he does not look the bunny you want him to be. Right? It's your problem. Why do you burden him with your problem? He does not look cute to you. Is that his problem? As long as he is eating and drinking and running around and having fun, all is okay. Or should we get him a facial? or a hair transplant on the face. He has lost some facial hair as well. Most of us are not the bunnies our parents want us to be. Whose problem is it? Your? Let it be their problem. Why do you worry? First of all, you unnecessarily give birth to a child. And then you burden him with your expectations instead of apologizing to him constantly throughout. You keep asserting yourself on him. You must be like that, you must be like that. You owe it to us. Hell? Do I?